Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 15th Annual Gloucester Township Police Award Ceremony. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Lieutenant Paul Fisher. I'm the Community Relations Bureau Commander. I'll be your Master of Ceremonies for the evening. This is a memorable night for the officers, supervisors, dispatchers, and civilians being recognized, and I'd like to thank you all for attending and being a part of it. At this time, I'd like to ask all of you to please rise and remain standing for the presentation of colors and the singing of the national anthem by Gloucester Township Police Sergeant Randy Pierce.
Detail, hold, left, face, present.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets irregular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Sergeant Pierce. At this time, I would like to introduce the Chief of the Gloucester Township Police Department, Chief David Harkins.
Thank you, Lieutenant. It's an honor to be here tonight. Good evening and welcome to our 15th Annual Awards Night celebration. I want to introduce a few of the dignitaries up on the stage and just recognize them. Hold your applause to the end, please. Beginning with our Mayor, Mayor David Mayer, who's here with us tonight. We also have State Senator Paul Moriarty, who's here. Assemblyman Cody Miller is here with us tonight. Camden County Surrogate Michelle Gentek Mayer. We also have our Council President Orlando Mercado, Council Vice President Michael Mignon, and Councilwoman Helen Albright Troxel is with us tonight. I'd also like to introduce my command staff that's joining me on the stage. In addition to Lieutenant Paul Fisher, I have Deputy Chief Anthony Manazzi, I have Captain John Stolzheimer, Captain Daniel Long, and Captain Timothy Kohlmeyer. I also want to recognize a few others that are here in the crowd with us tonight, recognizing some of the officers that are being recognized tonight, but they honor us with their presence. We have Berlin Borough Police Chief Michael Shear, who's here. We have Haddon Township Police Chief Tim Hack, who's here. Hynella Police Chief Don Brown. Mount Ephraim Police Chief Brian Conti. Runnymede Police Chief Bill Sampolsky. Somerdale Police Chief Jim Walsh. And many other officers that will be mentioned later during the awards ceremony. So you honor us with your presence tonight. And can I have a round of applause for all our dignitaries? It's a great thing to have this awards ceremony where we recognize and honor some of the great police work done by our officers, by our dispatchers, our law enforcement partners that are here. This year it showed that law enforcement in Camden County is stronger than ever. And also to those citizens who stepped up when it counted that we're proud to honor tonight. And next week, as we honor and we celebrate National Police Week, we remember 165 law enforcement line of duty deaths in 2024, along with 25 line of duty deaths so far in 2025. This is our motivation. This is why we are diligent in our duties. And so I'd ask each of you to now please join me in a moment of silence to remember all of our brother and sister officers who have paid the ultimate sacrifice while protecting others. I'd also like to add into your prayers the recovery of a young Philadelphia Police Department officer from the 19th District who was wounded in the line of duty. We pray for a quick and whole return to duty for him. Thank you. I also want to mention a few and thank those who have put this together tonight. Lieutenant Paul Fisher and his entire Community Relations Bureau staff that's done a lot of the work here. Our Honor Guard unit, which honored the flag and gets us started in the right way, as well as Police Records Clerk Jennifer Shriver, who put a lot of time into helping prepare to have this night be celebrated tonight. All of those who have put their time in, officers, supervisors who have submitted awards for their officers so that they can be recognized and honored during this important event. And all of our partners that are here tonight. We recognize our officers, our partners, and those civilians who have had such a great and positive impact on our community. Again, I want to thank Camden County College President Dr. Lavelle Pugh Bassett and all the staff here at Camden County College who allowed us to have this important ceremony here in this great facility. I want to acknowledge in a special way our awards committee. These are officers that have a voluntary assignment which are tasked with approving or denying awards that are submitted and putting this night together. I'll lead with the chair is Deputy Chief Anthony Manazzi, Captain John Stolzheimer, Captain Timothy Kohlmeyer, Detective Sergeant Charles DeWalt, Sergeant Thomas Ritz, Detective Ernie Basili, Detective Matthew DiCamillo, Officer Richard Jones, Telecommunicator Kevin Ritz, and the Secretary of the Committee, Administrative Assistant Mrs. Jennifer Shriver. Can I have a round of applause for our awards committee? I also want to recognize those who lead us in local government, the support and relationships that we have with our local government and the community here in Gloucester Township is unmatched. I want to thank Mayor, Council President Mercado, all Township Council, and the Township Administration for their unwavering support of the Police Department and the work they do for our community day in and day out in Gloucester Township. Their commitment to public safety is felt and appreciated by all the members of the Gloucester Township Police Department. So on behalf of the men and women, I thank you, Mayor, I thank you, Council, for your support. Tonight, we gathered to recognize and reflect on the profound honor and duty carried by our police officers. In every badge worn and every oath taken lies a commitment far greater than just enforcing the law. It's a pledge to serve with compassion, courage, honesty, respect, fairness, and integrity. These are the ethos of the Gloucester Township Police Department. Compassion is at the heart of policing. It's that quiet understanding shown to victims, the patience extended to those in crisis, and the humanity in every difficult moment that we come across. Courage flows closely, not only in those facing danger, but in standing firm for what is right, even when it's hard or it's unpopular. Honesty is the foundation of trust between officers and the community that they serve. Without it, the fabric of public safety begins to fray. Respect, in turn, ensures that every person, regardless of background, is treated with dignity, upholding the very ideals that our society is built upon. Fairness is the promise that justice is not reserved for just a few, but is right for all. And integrity is what binds it all together, doing the right thing every time, especially when no one is watching. So to all those officers that are here, we recognize that your duty is not easy, but it is noble. You are the guardians of peace. You are the models of strength, and you are the symbols of justice. Tonight you will hear of the actions of many officers who handled an extraordinary incident on June 1st, 2024 at the Gloucester Township Day event. This was a response unlike any other that we have had, and one that we will not forget. And while it has garnered some negative attention in some circles, to me, and I know I speak for many other officers, it was a proud night for the Gloucester Township Police Department and for our law enforcement partners. The officers who responded utilized their training and their inner fortitude, showing great restraint under the most difficult of circumstances while courageously carrying out their duties with honor. The actions of the officers that night is just one example of who we are in law enforcement and what we stand for. And I am very proud of all of our officers who performed that night, and to all of those who do it day in and day out without the same recognition. I am proud to serve in this noblest of professions, and I am proud to serve with all of you. May we never forget the values that guide us as we honor the badge that we wear so proudly. So congratulations to all of our award winners. And I especially thank those citizens receiving awards for stepping up when it was needed to help us do our duty. So congratulations and thank you. Thank you to our community and our local leaders for this unwavering support for the men and women of the Gloucester Township Police Department. May God bless you all and keep you safe. Thank you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Deputy Chief Manazzi, who will be reading out the award citations. Deputy Chief.
Life-saving award, would Patrolman Shawn Kelly and Patrolman Kevin Martina please step forward. On the evening of December 26, 2024, Patrolman Shawn Kelly and Patrolman Kevin Martina were dispatched to a motel for the report of an unconscious male. Upon arrival, a family member informed the officers that the male had a history of substance abuse. Patrolman Kelly and Patrolman Martina quickly moved the subject off of the bed, placed him on the ground. They administered a dose of Narcan, which did not produce the desired effect. The victim stopped breathing and was showing no pulse. The officers immediately began to perform CPR. As BLS arrived, they continued their life-saving efforts. An AED provided 2 shocks to the victim's heart. After the second shock, officers were advised they could discontinue CPR as the victim had regained a pulse. The man was transported to a nearby hospital. A follow-up revealed the male had suffered a cardiac emergency and was in stable condition, alert and conscious. Patrolman Kelly and Patrolman Martina utilized their training and quick thinking to save this man's life. Patrolman Kelly and Patrolman Martina, you are to be commended for the professional manner in which you handled this investigation. You are a credit to the Gloucester Township Police Department and the community we serve. Thank you. A police service citation would Detective Francis Guarnieri, Patrolman Wesley Diaz, and Patrolman Brian Sarney, as well as a citizen commendation for Mr. Joshua Fretz. Please step forward. On August 4, 2024, officers were called to the Target store located in Sicklerville for a report of a male inside the store actively shoplifting. Joshua Fretz of Target Asset Protection advised responding officers that the suspect had loaded a shopping cart with merchandise valued over $700 and passed the final point of sale without rendering payment. Mr. Fretz was able to follow the suspects remotely with a video surveillance and provided a detailed description to responding officers. Patrolman Wesley Diaz and Patrolman Brian Sarney arrived and observed the male running from the store with a cart full of merchandise. They were able to quickly apprehend the subject and return the merchandise to the store. Investigator Francis Guarnieri arrived on scene and utilized surveillance video to identify the suspect vehicle in the parking lot. Investigator Guarnieri located a 9mm handgun in plain view on the front seat of the unlocked vehicle. He quickly secured the firearm. Without the early recognition of possible criminal activity by Mr. Fretz, this suspect may likely have escaped with the merchandise as well as with a loaded handgun. The experience of Patrolman Diaz, Patrolman Sarney, and Investigator Guarnieri led to a thorough investigation that went beyond the scope of traditional shoplifting investigation, and a dangerous armed individual was taken off the streets. You are to be commended for the professional manner in which you handled this investigation, and you are a credit to Gloucester Township Police Department and the community we serve. Thank you. Thank you. A distinguished unit citation would Lieutenant Kevin Schultz, Sergeant Derek Rambo, Detective Jonathan Smith, Detective Joseph Eden, Patrolman Tyree Campbell, Patrolman Kevin Martina, Patrolman Matthew Gray, Patrolman James Evans, Patrolman Trevor Swanson, Retired Patrolman Anthony Grandinetti, Telecommunicators Karen Hans and Nicholas Gaudio and David Honey, Barrington Police Corporal Crystal Jankowski, and Detective Sharon Key of the Camden County Prosecutor's Office. Please step forward. On October 12, 2024, Gloucester Township Police received a 911 call reporting an active domestic incident. Patrolman Campbell and Patrolman Martina arrived on the scene and determined the male party had forced the female party into a vehicle at knife point and fled the area. It was reported to officers that the male was identified as the estranged husband of the female. He had arrived at the apartment, used a rock to break the window and gain entry. Once inside, he dragged the female and their 16-month-old child under the threat of death if she did not comply. They were forced into his vehicle and fled the scene. Patrolman Swanson arrived and assisted in maintaining the crime scene and interviewing witnesses. Sergeant Rambo arrived and established a command post coordinating efforts with detectives, patrol officers, scene containment, and notifications to additional agencies. Detective Smith was assigned as the primary investigator and began conducting the investigation. Detective Eden responded to police headquarters to check the data from the automated license plate reader and coordinate phone pings. Gloucester Township telecommunicators notified surrounding agencies that assistance was needed. Detectives were able to find an approximate location by pinging the signal from the victim's smartwatch. Patrolman Gray and Patrolman Grandinetti were dispatched to the area to search for the vehicle. At approximately 18:35 hours, the male was reported to be at a grocery store with his two victims. The male was found in the area of the self-checkout lanes, and when he observed the officers, he took hold of the female and the child at knife point, threatening their lives. Lieutenant Schultz coordinated command decisions with supervisors from other agencies. As the standoff began, Patrolman Evans stood close by, providing coverage to the officers and the hostages. Corporal Jankowski of the Barrington Police Department and Detective Sharon Key of the Camden County Prosecutor's Office spoke to the subject, convincing him to take a cigarette. The suspect put the knife in his pocket and to take the cigarette, and the female hostage was instructed to jump from the male's lap with her child, and the officers executed their rescue plan. Both hostages were pulled to safety. This investigation led to a successful resolution due to the cooperation of numerous agencies across 2 counties, reflecting a high standard of policing. You are all to be commended for the professional manner in which you handled this investigation. You are a credit to law enforcement and the community that we serve. Thank you. A police service citation for Patrolman James Evans. On June 25th, 2024, Gloucester Township Police Communications received a call from a concerned resident regarding a vehicle running in a nearby parking lot with a driver asleep inside. Patrol units were dispatched to check the welfare of the driver. Patrolman James Evans was the first to arrive at the scene. He noticed the vehicle appeared to have been running for an extended period of time as a large puddle of liquid was observed under the wheels. The driver, in a reclined position, was still inside the vehicle. Contact was made with the driver, who appeared to be under the influence of an unknown substance. At this time, Patrolman Evans had the individual exit the vehicle so he could continue his investigation. Immediately after opening the door, Patrolman Evans observed a black handgun in plain view in the door's pocket. The male was secured in handcuffs. Patrolman Evans' search of the vehicle yielded a 9mm handgun with hollow point bullets and high-capacity magazine, a sizable quantity of marijuana and distribution materials. The suspect was charged with several weapons offenses, CD offense, and driving while intoxicated. As a result of this investigation, Patrolman Evans took a dangerous and armed suspect off the street. His keen observation and handling of a potentially violent encounter are to be commended. Patrolman Evans, you are to be commended for the professional manner in which you handled this investigation. Your credit to the Gloucester Township Police and the community we serve. Thank you. Citizen commendation for Donna and Nancy DuCoin. Please come forward. On October 5th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a residential neighborhood for a report of a female at the caller's doorstep who was badly bruised and bleeding without clothing. She was stating she was kidnapped, assaulted, and had just escaped her captor. The callers, Nancy and Donna DuCoin, provided aid to the victim while they awaited police. When police arrived on the scene and investigated the incident, it was determined that the young woman had been held at a neighboring residence where the male occupant of the home had held her against her will and violently assaulted her. Fearing for her life and safety, the victim attempted to lock herself in a room, and when the male forced his way in, she jumped from the third-story window. The male occupant in the case was arrested and faced several criminal charges. Donna DuCoin and her sister Nancy opened the door to the victim under circumstances that others may not have, showed great empathy. They attempted to restore dignity to the victim by providing her covering for her unclothed body and rendered first aid until police arrived. We are grateful for their empathy and dedication to the safety of the community. You are to be commended for the bravery and courage you displayed during this situation, and you are a credit to Gloucester Township Police. Thank you. A life-saving award for Special Officer William Franz. Please come forward. On March 6, 2025, Special Officer William Franz was patrolling the area of Little Gloucester Road and Earl Road when he observed a vehicle stopped in the intersection. Concerned civilians were frantically banging on the vehicle's window, attempting to wake the driver. Special Officer Franz quickly assessed the situation and determined that the operator was unconscious and unresponsive. Recognizing the telltale signs of a drug overdose, he knew immediately medical intervention was critical. Faced with the challenge of a locked vehicle preventing access to the vehicle, Special Officer Franz acted without hesitation, and he used his baton to break the driver's side window, successfully gaining entry. He promptly administered naloxone to counteract the overdose. After assessing the victim's condition, he quickly determined a second dose was necessary and administered it without delay. Thanks to Special Officer Franz's quick action, the victim was revived and ultimately made a full recovery. Special Officer Franz, you're to be commended for the way you handled this investigation. You are a credit to the Gloucester Township Police Department and community that we serve. Thank you. A distinguished unit citation. Detective Daniel Savati, Patrolman Matthew Covington, Patrolman Anthony Esposito, Patrolman Alyssa Morello, and Patrolman Colby Creek. Please come forward. On October 20th, 2024, dispatch received a call from a delivery driver who had dialed 911 and advised that he was the victim of a robbery and carjacking. He stated while making a delivery, he was punched in the face and a subject dressed in black with a face covering stole his vehicle and fled the area. Patrolman Morello was the first arriving officer and approached the scene, tactically believing the suspect might still be in the area. Her instinct proved correct, and she was able to observe the suspect fleeing through a wooded area. She relayed the suspect's description before moving to check on the victim. She was able to locate the vehicle crashed nearby. Units began flooding the area to set up a perimeter. Patrolman Covington interviewed the victim of the robbery at the scene, garnering vital information in identifying the subject. At this time, Patrolman Creek gained sight of the suspect and initiated a foot pursuit. While in pursuit, he provided his direction of travel, allowing officers to locate the subject. He traveled running on foot for over a quarter of a mile before the male jumped over a fence and was out of sight. After jumping the fence, the suspect continued to run, where he was intercepted by Patrolman Esposito. Patrolman Esposito placed the juvenile male into custody. Detective Savati, having just completed a 12-hour overtime shift, responded to the scene and assisted in the investigation for the next 5 hours. While speaking to the guardian of the juvenile, he developed a rapport with him. He was able to obtain a full confession from the juvenile to the involvement. During this challenging investigation, a successful outcome was achieved through collaborative teamwork between patrol units and detectives. You are all to be commended for the professional manner in which you handled this investigation. You are all a credit to the Gloucester Township Police and the community that we serve. Thank you. An award of merit for Patrolman Anthony Esposito. On August 5th, 2024, Patrolman Anthony Esposito was conducting a proactive patrol in the area of Black Horse Pike. He observed a suspicious vehicle with heavy window tint. Patrolman Esposito conducted a motor vehicle stop and began speaking to the driver. The male had a large amount of cash on his lap and was rambling incoherently. He was not making sense regarding where he was coming from and where he was going. Patrolman Esposito had the driver exit the vehicle. Patrolman Esposito called for a canine officer, and a short time later, the canine officer provided a positive indication for the presence of narcotics in the vehicle. Patrolman Esposito further observed a glass pipe with burnt residue where the driver was standing. The driver was taken into custody for possession of drug paraphernalia. The vehicle was towed from the scene and search warrant was applied and granted. The search yielded numerous narcotics and prescription medications, large quantities of marijuana, cocaine, and LSD, and nearly $6,000 in U.S. currency, an imitation firearm, and a stun gun. The driver was charged with 29 crimes, including numerous distribution and possession of CDS charges, weapons possession. As a result of Patrolman Esposito's determination during this proactive patrol, a dangerous person with an extensive and violent history was taken off the street. Patrolman Esposito, you are to be commended for the professional manner in which you handled this investigation. You're a credit to the Gloucester Township Police and our community. Thank you. And our last one for the evening. A lot of names. Bear with me. Everybody, please step forward and step on the stage if your name is called. For an award of merit, Chief David Harkins, Captain Timothy Kohlmeyer, Lieutenant Anthony Massey, Lieutenant Paul Fisher, Sergeant Jason Smith, Sergeant Christopher Rosnowski, Sergeant David Benoni, Detective Sergeant Charles DeWalt, Sergeant Evan Thistle, Detective Michael Motions, Corporal Thomas Wynn, Corporal David Scrignoli, Patrolman Anthony Esposito, Patrolman Christopher Fascini, Patrolman James Evans, Patrolman Nicholas Dayton, Patrolman Juan Morgan, Patrolman John McHugh, Patrolman Wesley Diaz, Patrolman Dalton Smith, Patrolman Michael Wheeling, Patrolman Timothy Lance, Patrolman Matthew Gray, Patrolman Brian Sarney, Patrolman Richard Jones, Patrolman Alexander Amato, Patrolman Charles Orenick, Patrolman Leonard Castiello, Patrolman John Benelli, Patrolman Shane Iannelli, Retired Patrolman Anthony Graninetti, and receiving a distinguished unit citation, the following please step forward. Deputy Chief Anthony Manazzi, Lieutenant Matthew Crabtree, Lieutenant Kevin Schultz, Sergeant Randy Pierce, Sergeant James Walden, Detective Thomas Sherman, Detective Daniel Savati, Detective Craig Walsh, Patrolman Shawn Kelly, Patrolman Eddie Radin, Patrolman Gian Liccato, Patrolman Michael Dilks, Patrolman Thomas Canuck, Patrolman Tyler Canuck, Patrolman Matthew Lord, Patrolman Christopher Hoyle, Special Officer Nicholas Cinalli, Police Recruit, at the time he was Special Officer Michael DiCamillo, Special Officer Stephen Bonifante, Special Officer David Honey, Special Officer Tyler Kemery, Special Officer Michael Gilbert, Special Officer M.D. Ahmed, Special Officer Zinat Noor, Special Officer William Franz, Police Recruit, at the time he was SLEO, Derek Hagan, Special Officer Stephanie Calderon, our final police recruit, at the time he was a Special, William Perna, Special Officer Ryan Dolman, Special Officer Michael Crawley, Special Officer Riker Farmer, Special Officer Brenda Quicka, Special Officer Christian Warren, Special Officer Sebastian Zapata, Special Officer Owen Davenport, and telecommunicator Heather Schwartz. From the Magnolia Police Department, Officer Matthew Wolf, Detective Jeremy Hackney. From the Oak Lynn Police Department, Detective Luke Viola. From the Berlin Borough Police Department, Officer Amanda White and Officer Hunter Sowecki. From the Cherry Hill Police Department, Sergeant Ryan Johnston, Sergeant Ross Hensel, Officer Kevin Short, Officer Corey Sinessa Masili, Officer Alyssa Mardino, Officer Greg Brisbane. From the Pine Hill Police Department, Officer Ty Scabalia, Sergeant Michael Sexton. From the Barrington Police Department, K-9 Sergeant Dan Hovern. From the Haddon Heights Police Department, Sergeant Michael Selby. From the Runnymede Police Department, Officer Eric Speakman. From the Mount Ephraim Police Department, Officer Jeffrey Kind. From the Belmar Police Department, Officer Anthony Abate. And Officer Michael Bonstead. From the Somerdale Police Department, Officer Cody Rudder and Officer Brent Collins. From the Haddon Township Police Department, Officer Luke Falkenberg. From the Stratford Police Department, Officer Dylan Jess. From the Clementon Police Department, Officer Brian Cartagena Rivas. From the Hynella Police Department, Officer Andy Talley. From the Collingswood Police Department, Officer Kyle Smith. From the Lindenwold Police Department, Officer Paul Gibbs. From the Woodlynn Police Department, Officer Rodrigo and Officer Berrios. And finally, from the Brooklawn Police Department, Sergeant Raymond McKinney Jr. On June 1, 2024, as families were enjoying and awaiting the drone light show at the annual Gloucester Township Day event, officers working security at the event noticed an influx of juveniles and young adults being dropped off at the event. Crowds of young people began congregating in large groups. The crowd was estimated to be approximately 500 people. The large group began fighting each other and running recklessly through the crowd. Officers quickly responded and made 2 arrests for disorderly conduct. The crowd continued to remain hostile and mutual aid was requested from several surrounding Camden County police agencies. Immediately upon the conclusion of the drone light show, officers began to disperse the crowd off the field. Large crowds moved to the shopping center across the street and again began fighting each other. Over the course of the next 2 hours, fights continued to break out in the parking lot of the shopping center. Several juveniles were reported to be injured in the fights, as well as several police officers. A total of 11 people were arrested for their disorderly acts of violence. A total of 68 Gloucester Township police officers and at least 30 officers from nearby jurisdictions worked together to get this dangerous and volatile situation under control. Officers, supervisors, and dispatchers worked together to coordinate the efforts of the officers involved and relay important information as it was received. The incident was declared under control in just under 3 hours. Through their exceptional bravery, steadfast professionalism, and remarkable restraint, the officers involved exemplified an unwavering dedication to safeguarding the community. Despite facing significant personal risk, their decisive actions prevented further harm and upheld the core values of the Gloucester Township Police Department. You are all to be commended for the professional manner in which you handle this investigation. You are a credit to law enforcement and the communities that we serve. Thank you. Well, that concludes the presentation of the awards. I would like to ask Chief Harkins to return to the podium for the presentation of the special awards.
So our special awards are where we honor officers and telecommunicators who have been nominated by their peers and considered for their accomplishments throughout the previous year. So I'd first like to call up our Supervisor of the Year, Lieutenant Jason Fretz. Lieutenant Fretz is a 1995 graduate of Highland High School. He was hired as a police officer with the Gloucester Township Police Department on July 9th of 2001. He has served as a patrol officer, a field training officer, and as a department patrol shift investigator. He was appointed as a member of our special response team on August 12, 2004. Lieutenant Fretz was assigned as a designated marksman observer, whereas he also served as a team leader. He served on the special response team for 16 years and was appointed as a team commander on February 28, 2017, and served in that role as commander for 3 years. He was promoted to Sergeant of Police on March 29, 2010, and he was assigned as a deputy platoon commander. He also served in the role as the supervisor of the Operations Response Unit. He was also assigned as the training unit supervisor on November 4, 2016. He was promoted to lieutenant of police on November 13, 2017, and was assigned as a patrol platoon commander. And on June 1, 2023, he was assigned as the commander of the Juvenile Family Services Bureau in the Community Services Division. Lieutenant Fretz, in his current role, supervises all of our school resource officers, our Juvenile Investigations Unit, detectives, our VOA Impact Program, our Family Resource Center, and our social worker who interacts with our juvenile unit during a weekly huddle and throughout the year to improve our relations and improve outcomes for youth in our community. It is in this role that Lieutenant Fretz has excelled, ensuring that these critical programs are successful and implemented. One of the reasons he's being recognized tonight. This award is, I would call it possibly one of the most difficult awards to receive in the department. Because of the amount of talent that we have as supervisors, it's one of the more difficult ones for myself and the command staff to sort through. We have great submissions, so to receive this is definitely an honor that Lieutenant Fretz has earned. In addition to this commendation that he's getting, he has also received a merit award, 3 life-saving awards, 8 distinguished unit citations, 3 police service citations, and 10 outstanding police work letters. Also, and I know he's proud of this, Lieutenant Fretz is a longtime volunteer coach of the Gloucester Township Hockey Association, and he's well recognized throughout the community for his efforts in coaching Little League basketball and hockey, and he has truly had a positive impact on many, many young people in our community. He's joined here tonight by his wife, Melissa, his sons, Tyler, Logan, and Jackson, and his parents, his mother, Terry, and his father, retired Gloucester Township Police Sergeant William Fretz. Sarge, honored to have you here tonight. So with all that he's done, this award is well-deserved. Again, he is a trusted advisor to me. He is doing an excellent job in maintaining a difficult assignment in liaison between all of our different schools and keeping our programs up and running, and he is doing an outstanding job. So I'd like to congratulate the 2024 Gloucester Township Police Supervisor of the Year, Lieutenant Jason Fretz, badge number 174. Congratulations. At This time, I'd like to call our 2025 Officer of the Year, Patrolman Shawn Kelly, badge number 301, to come to the stage. Again, these awards are submitted by peers. They're voted on by peers. And so it's quite the honor to be recognized, just to be nominated for these special awards, officer, supervisor, special officer, and dispatcher. Patrolman Kelly is a 2013 graduate of Triton High School. He earned an associate's degree in criminal justice from Camden County College in December of 2015. He enlisted in the United States Marine Corps Reserve in June of 2016. He was deployed to Afghanistan as part of Operation Enduring Freedom from September 2018 to April of 2019. During his deployment, he received the Commendation for Merit. He concluded his service with the United States Marine Corps Reserve with an honorable discharge at the rank of sergeant in 2022. He began his career in law enforcement as a Class II Special Law Enforcement Officer with the Camden County Police Department in March of 2016. He received a waiver to be a full-time Camden County Police Department officer in June of 2017. Patrolman Kelly was hired as a police officer here with the Gloucester Township Police Department on July 22nd, 2019. He has served on patrol platoons, and he's currently a field training officer. He was appointed as an operator on the Special Response Team on June 2nd, 2020. On September 3rd, 2024, he was assigned as an assistant team leader on the Special Response Team and is currently responsible for training new operators. Patrolman Kelly has received the following commendations: 3 Distinguished Unit Citations, 1 Police Service Citation, 4 Outstanding Police Work Letters. He was also nominated for Officer of the Year in the previous year. He's joined together tonight by his mother, Charlene, his father, Keith, his fiancée, Alyssa, and his future in-laws, Ed and Hilda. Officer Kelly is an exemplary officer who, with his role, taken the role of being a field training officer very serious. Also, he is an outstanding member of the Special Response Team, who is also responsible for training newer operators in that role. His leadership has been noticed. He is very well respected by the rank and file, as well as the command staff of the Gloucester Township Police Department, and he has earned this award as the 2025 Gloucester Township Police Officer of the Year. Congratulations, Patrolman Shawn Kelly, badge number 301. I'd like to call up to the stage our Special Law Enforcement Officer of the Year, Special Officer Nicholas Cinalli, badge number 9221. Special Officer Cinalli, really show our age here, is a 2022 graduate of Triton High School. He was sworn in as a Class I Special Law Enforcement Officer with the Gloucester Township Police Department on April 8, 2024. Although he has only been serving for a short period of time, he has clearly made a significant impression. Special Officer Cinalli received multiple nomination letters for this award from both supervisors and his peers. They describe his exemplary dedication, work ethic, and professionalism. He has shown a positive attitude and offers his assistance to anyone in the division or in the department. He is always respectful and courteous and goes above and beyond what is asked of him to complete his tasks. He interacts with both co-workers and community members and with confidence. He will be active. He is active in the training of new special officers who have recently been hired. and Special Officer Cinalli aspires to become a full-time police officer with the Gloucester Township Police Department, and we hope he achieves that goal. Special Officer Cinalli is joined tonight by his mother Kelly, his father Mike, his sister Ashley, his grandmother Sue, his girlfriend Emily, and many of his aunts, uncles, and other family members who we heard cheering just a few moments ago. We want to congratulate Gloucester Township Police Department Special Officer of the Year, Nicholas Cinalli, badge number 9221. Congratulations, Nick. Congratulations. I'd like to call up our telecommunicator of the year, telecommunicator Nicholas DiEttore, to the stage, please. Telecommunicator DiEttore is a 2017 graduate of the Timber Creek High School. He started his law enforcement career here as a Class 1 Special Law Enforcement Officer for the Gloucester Township Police Department in 2018, serving until 2023 as a Class 1 Special Officer. He was hired as a full-time telecommunicator with the Gloucester Township Police Department on January 16, 2023, after serving as a part-time telecommunicator while working as a special officer. Telecommunicator DiEttore was nominated for this award by multiple supervisors. They said of him, they described him as an effective communicator who does a great job of informing supervisors in the department of calls and assignments that may need their attention based on their divisions. He has the ability to calm individuals, but he also excels at multitasking with ease while ensuring appropriate information is provided to all responding officers. He's joined tonight by his mother Nicole, his father Jeff, his stepmother Tina, and his brothers Dimitri, Armando, and Ignacio. Before I present this award, I just want to take a moment to recognize our police telecommunicators. We have some of the best that in law enforcement in all of New Jersey. Sometimes it's easy for officers, even myself, to take them for granted. But their steady voice on the radio, the way they put information out to our officers, is critical to our law enforcement function. They do a phenomenal job. We recognize their outstanding work, and we recognize them as a critical part of our team at the Gloucester Township Police Department. And again, closeness happens between these dispatchers and the officers. They are often the lifeline. They are the bridge between people calling in trouble, and we are so proud to have them. And we're proud to have Nick tonight to represent them. Again, we have outstanding dispatchers, and many are nominated, and it's often difficult to select a winner, but with the multiple nominations, there's been supervisors across different units that have recommended Nick for his performance, and we're proud to congratulate him as the 2025 Gloucester Township Police Dispatcher of the Year, telecommunicator Nicholas DiEttore.
Thank you, Chief, and congratulations to all the special award winners. This time I'd like to welcome the Mayor of Gloucester Township, Mayor David Mayer.
Well, thank you, Lieutenant. Good evening. Thank you all for being here tonight, because tonight we honor not just the badges, but the bravery the resilience, and the unwavering dedication behind those badges. I want to express my deepest thanks to each and every member of the Gloucester Township Police Department, as well as our citizens and dispatchers that we recognize this evening for your extraordinary contributions to the safety and well-being of our community. Whether responding to a crisis, building community trust through community policing, or going above and beyond the call of duty, our officers and dispatchers continue to meet every challenge with courage and resilience. Your commitment is not just seen, it is deeply felt by every resident of Gloucester Township. Now, during last year's Gloucester Township Day, as you've heard, we were reminded of how quickly situations can change and how critically important it is to have a police department that responds with professionalism, composure, and care. Our officers, along with many other officers from additional agencies, acted swiftly and decisively during a very challenging moment, and I witnessed that firsthand. They ensured the safety of residents and of restoring order. Your ability to stay calm under pressure and put community safety first shows exactly the high standards and professionalism of this department. The strength of this department not only lies in its proud traditions, but also in its forward-thinking mindset. I have been very fortunate over the course of serving here in Gloucester Township to work alongside of really great leaders. Chief Smith, Chief Earl, certainly now Chief Harkins, and when I was on Town Council, Chief Stolzheimer. We have seen a department that isn't afraid to innovate, to embrace new tools, new technology, and training to better serve our community. And I want to thank all of them for their steady leadership and the incredible example that they set every day. And certainly to Chief Harkins, it is an absolute pleasure to work alongside of you, to see your leadership, to see how you're positioning this department for the future. And I thank you so very, very much for what you do, not only for our residents, but especially for our officers. So thank you, Chief. To all of tonight's award recipients, you exemplify what makes Gloucester Township such a great place. You've shown bravery and compassion and excellence, and we are proud to recognize you this evening. On behalf of the Township Council, myself, my wife, our elected officials, and the residents of Gloucester Township, thank you for keeping our community safe, strong, and united. Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, for the kind words and continued support. At this time, I would ask everyone to please rise as Chief Harkins delivers the benediction.
So our police chaplain, Monsignor Mannion, couldn't be here tonight, so I'm going to make it simple. If anybody would like to join, we're going to say the prayer that's printed on the back of tonight's program, the police officer's prayer to St. Michael. St. Michael, heaven's glorious commissioner of police, who once so neatly and successfully cleared God's premises of all its undesirables, look kindly and professionally with eyes on your earthly force. Give us cool heads, stout hearts, and uncanny flair for the investigation and wise judgment. Make us the terror of burglars, the friend of children, and of law-abiding citizens. Kind to strangers, make us polite to boors, strict with lawbreakers, and impervious to temptations. You know, St. Michael, from your own experiences with the devil, that the police officer's lot on earth is not always a happy one. but your sense of duty and has so pleased God, your hard knocks that so surprised the devil, and your angelic self-control give us inspiration. And when we lay down our nightsticks, enroll us in your heavenly force, where we will all be as proud to guard the throne of God as we have been to guard the city of the people. Amen.
Thank you, Chief. Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes tonight's ceremony. If any officers have not yet collected your awards, feel free to come up at the end to the stage and we will distribute. On behalf of Chief Harkins, all the members of the Gloucester Township Police Department, we thank you for attending this year's award ceremony. Have a great night.